everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video I wanted to share with you how I will try to fix a mess up page. I am sure all of us, we do sometimes experiments and then instead of expected result we face with some struggled pages, some ruined pages. So I have one of those pages with me in this book, in Jewelry Box by Hannah Carlson, and it's this page which I tried to color with different mediums, like trying to do some acrylic wash, trying to do some watercolor and a pencil, and it didn't work out. I initially wanted to make a wash on her face and then add some pencils, like a shading with the pencils, but I think maybe because of the pencil, I don't know, maybe it's because of me myself, I couldn't do it. It was Prismacolors and they didn't blend well with each other. It was like patchiness over here and around the area. I tried to cover that with watercolor and acrylic paint. It didn't work, so completely failed page. I couldn't fix it, and it is how it looks like right now. And I applied over this with gesso, just thinking maybe I could do something and maybe I could go over again with acrylic paint. But then I decided I just don't want to do this again because I tried many times and I couldn't do it. So I came up with the idea that might help me to get over with this page without drawing anything, without coloring anything, and I think it might help me also to save some time. So what happens here, I already applied, as I said, a gesso. I could apply another layer of the paint to prevent from this illustration to coming out to be visible, because I don't want this to be visible now. So what I came up with, I printed some notes from Beethoven, and this I got from Pixabay. I'm gonna put the link in the description below to this page. This is this website, Pixabay, actually provides some photos that you can use without copyright, but I always like to put in the reference, the link to the author or whoever uploaded this. So initially this was not white, now it's printed white, but it was kind of vintage type of old like paper, like yellowish. But I wanted to work on it and I decided to apply some filters and to remove that yellowness. So now it's pure white. Also, I printed some part from one of my favorite books, which is Count Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas, and this is from chapter 3. So I thought I can use one of these, either this music notes or this one will be more matching to the other side of the page. So I think I printed this a bit over the edge, so it might not fit the full page over here, and I feel like this is more suitable in this page. I could be wrong. Let me see, maybe this one. So since this is a test, I'm gonna just use this one, even though I might get some edges. I think I might lose some words, maybe not. I'm gonna try to cut this out. So before doing that, I want to work on this page first. I want to make it look like vintagey look, like old paper instead of like blank like this. So I'm gonna start working on it, and once I'm done with this one, I'm gonna use my Mod Podge matte water-based sealer glue. I think I'm gonna just remove maybe like 1 cm from each side, because I don't want this to be also fully fitting in here. Maybe I should put it the same size as the book's page, maybe. So let me check. Okay, so I guess it might fit barely even. So I will try to cut these, but with not with scissors, just by my hand, by doing this, because I want to have some edges to this. Like so. The same on the top. I'm gonna cut this way. And maybe I will remove some from this edge as well. And I'm just gonna cut like to make it look like some old paper, like so. And maybe I could do something like that too. Maybe I can cut in here as well, or just make it a bit wrinkly. Okay. And I will use some ink pads to give it some vintagey look. I'm gonna try to use these colors, more of a brownish, and we'll see how that's gonna work in here. So what else I could use? I think I could use also sunflower. I'm gonna start with the sunflower and then we'll see how that goes. So usually I have some plastic in here to not directly apply the ink pad to the paper, but that's when I'm using it on the coloring pages. Here I think I don't mind to make any mess because that's initially my intention. So I'm gonna do that. Also, I want to mention that my printer is inkjet and the ink is not water resistant. I could do one thing here as well, like if you don't have a watercolor, you could apply some black tea and spill it over these, or like to make your cup, let's say your glass, and you know usually sometimes when you drink coffee or something under the glass it gets coffee under the cup, so I could use some of it, like put it in here, you know, it could look nice. Maybe I could do that if this video will not take a long time. I might use that. Okay, so I think I could add maybe some maybe lighter one, like something like this, maybe vintage photo. I think that should be enough, and I will add some more colors in the edges. I'll go with a darker color, and we'll see how that's gonna work. So I decided to make some tea, and I did. And this is not enough for me. I wanted more darker color. So in the meantime, I'm gonna check if the background on the coloring page is fine with this, or I have to color it. And as I said, in the meantime, I'm gonna check if the page background is okay with this, or I have to color the background. Yeah, I think I have to color the background in here, and maybe the green color will be fine because it's gonna match to this side. Okay, so I'm gonna just color the sides with the green acrylic paint. So I'm gonna use ultramarine blue and ochre light or yellow ochre. I'm gonna mix them, trying to make it similar green to this side, and I don't know how it's gonna work. And I need to put something in here. Okay. So that's okay. I think that should be enough. I'm gonna wait until it dries, and then we'll see if vintage look to the edges, or maybe it's not necessary. I'll see about that. So I think in the meantime, I can apply the tea now. Okay, so I think that should be fine. I think I went a bit overboard, but we'll see how it dries. I also want to apply some of the splashes of watercolor. I'm gonna use this brush. I think these are made for oil painting. They are stiff, but it's really nice to make some splashes. Okay, I think that should be enough. It didn't work out as I wanted with the cup. I think it's not exactly correct cup to make these kind of stains, but next time probably I'm gonna use another cup. So I'm gonna give it a bit time for the acrylic paint to dry, and this page as well, and then I'm gonna glue it on that page. So I came up with one idea. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. So since my cup, the ending of the cup didn't make a obvious circle here, the stain, I will try to use this very budget friendly water brush from Camlin, and I don't know even what color is this. I didn't swatch it. So I'm gonna use this stencil, and I'm gonna try to make a cup stain. I don't know if it's gonna work, but the paper is still a bit wet. Okay, I think it's too obvious. I think I can spray some water here. Let's see if it's gonna work. Yeah, I think it's a bit reddish. I wish if I had it a bit more colder brown, it could be much better. So anyways, you could do anything. You could stamp it, you could, you know, there's no rules to this. So I'm gonna give it again some time to dry, and I will see how the color will go, but I guess it's a bit reddish, yes, but I think it's okay. And the acrylic paint almostly dried, and I think I can apply the glue. It's a bit transparency finishing because I added some water. If you want to more opaque, don't add any water, just the acrylic itself, and it will be perfectly covered. So it's still not completely dry, but I decided to take a risk and apply the glue anyways. So I guess for me it will be easier to apply the glue first on here and then put the paper, and let's see how that's gonna work. I hope I'm not using too much of glue, but I don't want to miss any place. I want the paper to stick well on this, so that's why. Anyways, when it's dry, it should dry matte, transparent, but you never know until you try it. And as you can see, it's making the acrylic to come off from this. So I think this should be enough. I don't know if I have to go over with this one as well, over this page as well. Maybe I should. think this should be fine. I think it's straight. Right. Okay, I guess. And I will use like card, although the page still not completely dry. And I think I actually don't mind not the full paper that on the edges are stuck to the page, because it gives more like of 3D look, if I might say, like but I want to apply a little bit in the corners maybe, so it won't come off. Well, it shouldn't. I applied a lot of glue, so yeah. I don't know if I should go over with these to apply the glue, because it's water not water resistant, the ink. I don't know how that's gonna work. Let me try on this. No, I think it's not moving. I think I can seal it with the glue actually. Yeah, it's not moving, so in that case it might save me some trouble later on if I spill some water or something like that. I could add one more thing. I could make the edges as well vintagey look, but right now I don't want to do that, because already the edges of this page is kind of vintage look. But let's see if the glue applies well here, if it doesn't activate the ink of the printer. It doesn't much activate if I apply in a small amount, so yeah. So I think it's okay. I'm not gonna apply any glue anymore, because the result what I wanted, it came, and I don't think I want anything more here. And here I applied more glue. Oops, I forgot that. Okay, that's a trouble. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, maybe splash some water or something like that, watercolor I mean. And a little bit of water. I think that should be fine, and if I want to apply more splashes I could do that, like so. I forgot, I think, to mention, I didn't mention, this is normal office paper. I wanted to have the office paper because it's this thinnest one, because the page is already thick and I applied gesso and acrylic. There are a lot of things are going on here, so that's the reason. So this is almostly done now, almost dried out. The place where I accidentally damaged also almostly dried, a bit wet. So that was all. It's not completely dried, the place where I accidentally remove the paper. It's still a bit wet, so I'm not ready to close it the book completely to straighten the deforming page. But however, once it's dried a bit, and I'm gonna take probably the photo of this one when it's dried and straightened, and gonna attach it at the end of this video so you can see the end result. And forgive my fingers, I was working with the black acrylic paint, and that's the reason I didn't bother to wash it, although I should, but I'm still working on the with the project, so yeah, that's why, so forgive that. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful to you, and if you do, don't be disappointed if you ruin any page. Don't worry about that. I mean, before I used to be worried, like if I'm gonna touch my favorite book, coloring book, and ruin something and something will go wrong. I was worried about it, and I didn't expect that I will actually ruin this, because I was really putting too much effort to color this page, and it didn't come as I wanted it. So yeah, I decided to fix it in this way. I hope it was useful to you. If you have any other ways to fix the messed up pages, let me know. I would love to hear that. And yeah, thank you for your time and watching. Hope to see you in my next videos. Bye.